I welcome you on the Be Peace Africa podcast. My name is Ronald Kiyimba. I therefore dedicate today's knowledge sharing to all continents. It's about the golden rule ethic. For without the golden rule, life becomes meaningless. Oceans become dry. Forests get burnt. Love grows into hatred. Peace turns into violence. Gardens become graveyards. Mountains turn into potholes. Who are you, the golden rule ethic? Parents, children, men and women, understand the golden rule ethic of doing for others as you would have them do for you. For whatever is injurious to yourself, don't do unto others. The golden rule affirms peace building is possible only with that golden rule ethic. God bless the African continent. God bless the Be Peace Africa podcast. Thank you.
So honored to have you, Richard Blank, on Be Peace Africa podcast. This is a medium for peace building and golden rule instruction. We are here to see to it that we create sustainable peace in all nations, especially in these developing countries where peace is a challenge. It is still a huge gap, and there are few people who have come to bridge this gap. So with you, with your great work that you are doing, we feel honored to share with you this afternoon about the possibilities of mobilizing, especially the youth, and impact them with the skills of self-improvement in a bid to creating this space, which has been lacking. I'm Ronald. I'm so honored to have you, Richard.
Oh, Ronald, I'm so happy to be with you today. I think the work that you're doing is amazing, and I'm here to support you and your organization.
That is very, very great. When I was looking at your profile, there is something that captivated my eye and attention. This is gamification. With your rich profile, you are a few unique genes this world has got. Gamifying is a concept that really can bring back the youth on board. When you come to Africa, our learning processes are boring, full of memory decay, mind stagnancy, inability to create, to reason, a lot of copy and paste. How would you have this developed? What program can we have in form of knowledge partnerships and linkages to have this gamification concept producing results to us?
Well, that's an excellent question. There's a lot to unpack there. I think from watching your videos and reading about your organization, the greatest thing, once again, is just simple communication from storytelling, book reading, and classroom instruction. And I'll tell you why, because, I'm 52 years old and technology is wonderful today and it really assists, but there's nothing better than that face-to-face communication. And when people are working with one another compared to just sending an email and texting and chatting, which is important. It's important to have those skills, but I've always found that individuals that can really deliver a message and can make their points very clear are undoubtedly some of the wisest ones you could find. So I guess since your culture is so rich and so diverse and it just has so much to offer, I'm just a kid from Northeast Philadelphia. I mean, I could talk about things I grew up with, but really I'm the one that's in awe. I'm the one that would like to learn. And so if it's my ability to share my education, my stories, and what got me to where I am today. And this can assist entrepreneurs, individuals studying second and third languages, or deciding to, let's say, move out of the continent of Africa and become an expatriate and travel the world. I believe in my personal space, these are the sort of things that I would be able to share with you and your audience.
Thank you so much. Our audience is very, very huge and open for knowledge exploration, to hear from you, men whom the Lord has blessed with wisdom. One of the challenges we are facing in these developing nations is the knowledge gap, which is widening. Though technology has come, even if technology comes and it gets improved, minus you, the genes, with the wisdom to have that love, to open up your hearts for us to share with you, we cannot move so far. For example, I developed a mental health and know-how game. This is an innovative game which is knowledge building, which opens up the minds of the learners, the youth, and elders. I want to see this game shared with the knowledge experts internationally, people who value content, knowledge vitalization, because knowledge vitalization is low in our countries. But with you, that side, it is high. I would like to see this game digitalized, but I lack people like you to share with. If this is the case and the Lord has blessed us with you, I know we are going to move so far. I looked at the profile, you are a motivational speaker who has changed so many people's lives. Communication is important, but if you can communicate, there is that inferiority complex. How can you communicate if you can't create knowledge? You can't create content. So we are at the end just receiving, but we would like to take a part in the knowledge generation, knowledge mobilization, knowledge acquisition, and demonstration. But how can we have this? The answer is the Richard Blank that I'm speaking with tonight.
That's right, buddy.
Take us through your education and how can it navigate into our less developing countries to experience that change.
Well, once again, if you have a message to share, make sure that it's universal. I'm the last person. I mean, Uganda's beautiful and you're my friend and we're sharing ideas, but I'm not an expert on where you grew up and your education system. And so really the message sent should always be done with good faith and with good intentions. And for me, I would love to listen more than I speak so I can learn. I mean, it's not about saying something foolish, but choosing your priorities with such limited time, giving people a certain focus on what they can do. But I tell you what, the most important thing for me, regardless of anywhere in the world, I think people should be family oriented. I think they should have some sort of spirituality. Okay. And they should find ways like we're doing today is to pay it forward in one way or another. And so I love when two worlds come together. Why? Because who says that we're so different? We're so much alike and we're so far away from each other that I know that if you and I were sitting next to each other at a restaurant having hamburgers and stuff, we'd be having the best time. And so I miss those sort of things where, as I say, one day when I visit, it'll be wonderful to spend time with you and to walk with you and to meet these amazing people that are in your life.
That is fantastic. Great that your number one priority is for somebody to have a family orientation. In Africa, there is a much family blockages. We are worried. A lot of individualism is emerging, yet family institution is where nurturing starts from. It is worth it to have a family where one can be nurtured, can receive that love, that spirituality, because these parents, God is representative in that capacity to give you hope, to give you peace, to take care of you with the basics. We would like to loot the family institutions in Africa, though there is that huge gap that they are being endangered, breakages. People no longer want to marry, people fear responsibilities, poverty is much. gender-based violence, all such. But again, it is us, it is our responsibility to enter into ourselves and become theories of change, to have these firm foundations that really we need this family. Even I think God blessed an institution of family, father,
Hmm.
mother, children, relatives. So we must strive hard to see that we get back on the drawing board, back at basics, to give respect that a family is a key where everything can start from. I hope your family is still alive, children, wife, grandfathers.
Well, unfortunately, the
How is that
grandparents
side?
passed away. My parents are still alive. Thank God. I have an older brother, and
Oh, you are blessed.
we are blessed. And it's the most important thing, in my opinion, since I do live far away from the family, is you have to
Mm,
respect one another and you have to respect
mm,
people's
mm,
desires and wishes.
mm,
Because a lot of
mm,
the times, I'm sure it's like this as well, where you're from,
mm,
where you might be under pressure from your parents and your friends and your teachers to choose a
mm,
certain career or have a certain life. It's like that anywhere in the world. And so
mm,
there are certain dreamers that are out there that want to follow their passions, or they are looking for a more
mm,
fulfilled life so they can
mm,
find that center. And so I do appreciate all this due diligence you've done in reading my
mm,
profile. And as I say, there are individuals out there that have climbed mountains and crossed deserts and
mm,
oceans. I myself, I
mm,
just decided to leave the United States at 27, study Spanish, move abroad, and
mm,
with God's graces, I started a company. And so, is it
mm,
unique in a certain sense, but it's not as special as some people put it out to, because each one of us has their
mm,
adventure in them. It's just a matter of unpacking that and opening that
mm,
present and seeing where it could go.
mm. Wow, that's great. So you moved from the US to Spanish to Spain.
To Costa Rica, to Central America. But I was in, excuse me,
Oh,
you're correct, Ronald. I was in Spain for my junior year in college. So I was there during 93 and 94. And then in 2000, I came to Costa Rica.
oh, so you are in Costa Rica
Right now, yeah.
right now,
Central America. That's it.
Central America. So it's a
Yeah.
country of its own, not a state.
Good question. Listen, we're north of Panama, south of Nicaragua. Costa Rica is the only
Yeah.
democratic society in Central America. They claim that they have
Mm,
a neutral English accent. You're going to love this. Companies such as Amazon, HP, Intel, and Oracle are here. So they pack a punch.
mm,
They're very competitive in my industry, which is the call center industry. And
mm.
so it's been a good
Oh,
labor pool.
okay. That is great. So I pray that may the grandparents be in heaven with the Lord. And we thank God for the gift of their life, the time they spent with you. But now they're on a different place where I hope they are with the Lord. Unfortunately, on my side, the father and mother all passed away.
I'm
I
sorry.
never saw the father. I was very, very young. I was just told that he looked like this, like this. He used to talk like this, but all just imaginations. I never saw him. The mother passed away during 2009 when I was also at Makerere University reading a bachelor's in social sciences. So the family institution seemed to end like that.
Yeah.
And we started living self-management with the orphans around us up to present day. We thank the Lord that we are still alive. And
Yes.
we love to live with so many years and blow many
Every
more
day is a
candles.
gift. Every day is a gift, and you know
Yes,
that.
yes, every day is is a gift for us.
Hmm.
Now, the spirituality.
Yes.
How do you see there are different religions? People come. of different religious sects, which looks like bringing division is affecting the unity. What do you mean by spirituality? Is there a form of the spirituality that can unite us all to
Well,
experience the love
I've
of the
learned two
Lord?
things in life. You should never talk politics or religion, but
Mm,
this is what I do know.
yeah.
Alms. When people are capable of giving food, giving shelter, giving warmth, giving love, I
Mhm.
don't think that's any sort of religion. As I mentioned, I think that's a universal thing. Religions
Mm,
are made to give people structure, hope, a place to go, and I think
mm,
certain or all religions are good for people if they do
mm,
the right things with them. But
mm,
what can bring us all together? I hate to say it, it's kind of like those movies when you see an asteroid about to hit Earth or
mm,
Godzilla's blowing up cities. The only thing that can unite us is a common enemy. And
mm,
with humanity, maybe if humanity is threatened, which I hope never happens, I
mm,
believe that even COVID did not unite us that well because people were separated with the injections, the masks, distancing, but that's for another day, another time.
mm,
I believe children bring us together. I think
mm,
when a child is lost and can't find
mm,
their mother, every single person, whoever they are, is willing to assist. Um,
mm,
I've seen here in Costa Rica, and even my own self, Ronald, when I've had a flat tire, for an example, and it's in the rain,
mm,
I can change
mm,
the tire myself. But there are people from the bus stop, the neighborhood, the store, they'll walk over, hold the umbrella, they will assist.
mm,
I've seen beautiful parts of humanity. And if I've
mm,
walked past certain farms, the people will give
mm,
you an avocado, a banana, some strawberries.
mm,
Why? Because they're having a beautiful day. They see you, you see
mm,
them, and it's just a way to exchange. And so um,
mm,
I'm just hoping that people give others the benefit of the doubt. They have no idea how they were raised, where they came from, what they've gone through. But
mm,
maybe one of the best things to do is to not speak your position, but to have, as they call, comfortable silence. Where I don't even know if this person even speaks English, but we can smile, walk together, sit next to each other, and break bread. And we don't even have to say a
mm,
single word and have an amazing experience together. And so maybe less is more. Maybe just through
mm,
simple, honest, pure gesture. That's an excellent way
mm,
for us to start. As they say, extending an olive branch, that can be done in any language.
mm. Oh, that is very, very wonderful. Very, very wonderful. Like this side, I have a Knowledge Rethink Bureau, Uganda. It is accredited with the Directorate for Industrial Training, and abbreviation Karibu School of Mind. I reach out to communities, different communities, extending education to them. I move with my mobile-based library, carry books in a box. I reach out in the communities of children who are not going to school,
Yeah.
mobilize them, take them through readings,
Hmm.
teach them on different subjects,
Yeah.
giving them work. I take scholastic materials, I share with them such that they can experience that love and that feel that they are not going to school, but I've brought a mobile-based school and a mobile-based class with a mobile-based library
Yeah.
to take them through the simple education I can with the little materials I have.
Yes.
So this Knowledge Rethink Bureau is an accreditation of the Directorate for Industrial Training.
Hmm.
I feel they should receive knowledge publication skills. And a few have produced some work, a testimony of this service that I'm offering with my colleagues and friends. So we move out. You will see some pictures, be sending you, sharing with you some few pictures of these activities that I'm trying to extend to these communities to bring that togetherness, that oneness.
Uh-huh.
Some days we can say, let's have a meal together. Let's have a sweet banana. A fortnight ago, we had some bananas with some children
Right.
somewhere. Let's have a maize together. Let's have a barbecue someday, sometime with
Yeah.
these children in the communities, irrespective of one's religion, so long as you are human and you are in that community. So
Yeah.
we try our level best to have that done, but we would love to have it extended even to many. There are areas where we are invited, but we are unable to reach there. You can fail to reach, you count, how will I reach? What am I taking to experience to share with these little ones and even the youth? So, Knowledge Rethink Bureau Uganda School of Mind is that. We want to change this mindset that there is somebody who cares about you, who thinks about you,
That's right.
even if he's not there physically, but there is at least somebody. If I bring a pen and a book, it is that somebody who is thinking about you. So in community, it's happening, and we are trying our level best to do so. Them that however much we are to, we can establish these families ourselves. Let us change the mindset and we assume this responsibility that we are now the family, no one else but us. We are a family, we can unite, we can share, we can think, we can help one another, we can pray together. Is he sick? How can we treat him? How can he experience that love? Can teach him how to read and write. So that is how we are living in these communities where we are. I I authored a simple manual for public speech
Uh,
training. I
yeah.
normally it is called the Early Mindset Speakers Shed.
Okay.
Whoever wants to learn, to have a skill of this and that, in my small capacity, I do something. I want to see that they have that empowerment to speak their mind, their heart, to think, to reason, to create something, however small it is, that can be translated, that can be supported, can be watered to grow into something great. And I believe when we walk like that, we can open so many other doors with love, with blessings, with patience, values to one another. So with you, I believe we can move so much and have techniques of solving conflicts that may arise here and there as a strategy. Because with the conflicts, we can't move so much. But when we harmonize, we can move, we can think, we can rest, we can feel that love. And I believe you have already laid a great foundation, being an architecture of these strategies that side. I'm also here listening from the horse's mouth.
I think it's making a huge difference. It's simple physics. If you
Yes.
do nothing, you're just going to collect moss and just sit there. You need to be a rolling stone.
Mm-hmm.
Can we change the world? No, but you are doing it one student at a time. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. And so, as I say, we can't carry the world on our shoulders, but you and I
Yeah.
today are making
Yeah.
a difference. And I think that's very important.
Mm. So that is very important to me. I saw you went to the University of Arizona. How is
Yeah.
it that side?
Woo! In Tucson in the Southwest, the weather is nice. The
Mm,
desert is absolutely beautiful. You're going to find this
mm,
interesting. There's really no humidity, so it's dry heat. It's like being in a sauna. And they
mm,
have some beautiful original
mm,
American Indian
mm,
culture. and through the
mm,
artwork and with the designs. And so I loved going to school
mm,
there, and it was perfect for me, Ronald, because Spanish was my major. So besides classroom study, I could put in a couple
mm.
extra hours each day just walking around town and talking to everyone.
What about Philadelphia? You were a keynote speaker some time back. Are you still in touch with them?
100%. I'm so happy you brought that up. I know how much you love education. For anybody that knows Northeast Philadelphia, I'm a proud graduate of Abington High School. I was the class of 91.
Mm,
Ronald, unlike
mm,
yourself, I was not a very good student. So, but I do a scholarship every year for a graduating senior that wants to study languages at the university level. And I was
mm,
honored by being the 68th keynote speaker for the Honor Society induction ceremony, which is ironic.
mm,
I was no more honor roll than the man on the moon, but I was
mm,
given that honor by the principal Angelo Barrios, who now is the
mm,
superintendent of Bucks County. And you know what's so funny,
mm,
Ronald? Back in the day, if I said, "Yeah, I'm friends with the principal and the superintendent," they'd be like, "Yo, this kid's a nerd." You know,
mm,
why is he trying to kiss
mm,
up? But I got to tell you
mm,
something. As an adult, me and you, and seeing what's behind the
mm,
scenes of education, my hat's off to
mm,
teachers and educators and superintendents.
mm,
They're really molding these young minds. And
mm,
even someone like myself who was lost at 16, 17, and 18, I got my act
mm,
together. And if it wasn't for certain Spanish teachers and principals that
mm,
wrote me recommendation letters, I would have never
mm,
had the sort of
mm,
experiences. And so
mm,
I don't think they're paid enough. I think these are some
mm,
of the most important people in young
mm,
minds. And
mm,
you hear the stories, and even myself, I'll go back and visit my teachers and just let them know how
mm,
amazing they were. And I want them to
mm,
know that. And I think they understand. And so, yeah, my friend, I'm not like pretending I'm still in high school, even though those were some of the best years of my life, but I have to
mm,
pay it
mm,
forward. I gotta
mm,
say thank you because A, I can afford it, and B, because I want to. And maybe this new
mm,
generation will see that an old dog like myself still loves and
mm,
respects this sort of
mm,
organizations that believed in me when I needed
mm,
somebody the most.
mm. Oh, that is great for having that heart of connectivity. You did not
Yeah,
leave that gap to expand
that's
because
right.
of that love, that unity, that oneness, the attachment, recognizing, loving your principals, your tutors,
That's right.
lecturers, knowledge experts, all those who made you is a great honor.
All those who made me.
Unlike on my side, I dropped out of the university.
Yeah,
Yes, I dropped out, but most this side it is financial problems that leads to
it
ending
happens.
courses like that. But we would have loved to exploit so many other opportunities to expand our knowledge horizons, to see the world, to even be able to add value to the few things that we have started, because we feel there is that more knowledge we haven't tapped that can be of greater significance to what we have done. So
Hmm.
how can we have linkages with you that side in the field, say, of education? How can we have those linkages? Can we share with you what we have done and see how we can take it to other levels? And also, I pray one day, one time, I would love to see you in Africa, especially in
Oh,
Uganda.
you
Come
kidding? I
to
would love to be
20,
there.
yes, I would like to have that golden opportunity
Oh,
to see
yeah.
you coming. Yeah,
Beautiful
deciding to
Uganda.
decide when
Mm.
to come shouldn't be your problem. Feel free.
Oh,
People travel. Yeah, you come even if you spend a
and be
week
treated
in
like a
Uganda.
prince. And be
Yes,
treated
we
like a
sit
prince.
together,
Yeah.
of course, and we have a knowledge sharing one on one. You know, it would be great fun. It would be great fun.
My goal would be to meet as many students teachers and your friends as possible. You know, just have a great time. But I also believe prior to my trip to Uganda, when I was growing up, we used to have pen pals where we would write letters back and forth, which was very special. In fact, you save those letters. I think today, maybe connecting some of the people here that I work with, educators and employees and people that would be very interested to connect with some of your people. And so they can start building
Yes,
bridges
we
and doing
can.
these things.
Yes, we can mobilize the university students. We can say 5 universities. Let us gather, say in Makerere University.
That's right.
In that one university, then you come and you share with the students. You share with everyone. We can organize, say, community members, families. We gather, say,
It's wonderful.
have policy makers, parliamentarians. We organize, say,
But
where should
but
we
prior
go?
to that, Ronald, we could always do this sort of Zoom thing where you're in a room, throw on the camera, microphone it, and then I can see everybody. And, so at least we can set up some sort of meet and greet and maybe a monthly or whatever you want, some sort of reoccurring event. So at least we can get the interest going and get the ball rolling.
Yes, I think we should develop a program. Then we have that. We have a program, we share it, then we front it. We pioneer that program. And
Well, the
then
sooner the better, because I'm excited. If you have entrepreneurs out there or business owners, I'd be more than happy to discuss certain things that I've done with telemarketing and onboarding and customer support. So it's a medium that can work with any sort of businesses from retail to on the phone sales.
yeah, because internet is still our challenge this side. It is only in a few places, and like universities don't give access to everyone to access it. Even in
Really,
the towns, some places the same. You have to buy data to have a smartphone. This is not
really.
common to everyone. Yes, students don't have this. But if a chance comes, maybe one day, one time for you to come, physically, mobilization is possible. We can say be somewhere, but
Mm,
internet is not evenly distributed. At one time it was even abolished and stopped because of politics
I had
in
no
our
idea.
country.
Wow. So
Yes.
where are you calling me from right now? Off of your phone, is that correct? So you're not in an internet cafe or at the university?
Right now I'm in Kampala town. I came to
Kampala.
Makerere University, then
Yes.
moved to town.
Okay.
Then it is in town where I decided to wait for this important moment to speak to you.
Okay. And
It
I
is in
appreciate that.
town.
And your
Yes, it
audience
is
should
where.
know we worked hard to get here today. We were rescheduling, we're communicating. And so we both really, really wanted to connect and share this
Yeah, of
message to the
course.
world. We worked hard for this.
Yes. So this is where we are now.
Yes.
Our office is out of Kampala.
Oh,
Next time I'll try my level best at least to be in the office, where
okay. Yeah, sure.
we organize from the lessons for children,
Yes.
and then where Karibu School of Mind is located.
Awesome.
Yeah, on our venue. Right now, I just came to Kampala, Makerere, to pick my transcript of the bachelor's. The master's I didn't complete. I had to drop out. And this is now where we am speaking about with you. Would like to see you on the podium speaking to us,
I would be
having
honored.
that sharing.
I would, it would be the best day of my
We
life.
have things that yes, that time is very, very huge. But traveling is important. Traveling is key. We have that exchange if possible. We also come to Costa Rica. Yes, you invite us, you give an invitation.
You would
Costa
love it
Rica,
here. It
we
is
can
so
see.
beautiful. If you love ecotourism, from flowers to plants to exotic animals and fruits, this is the place to be.
Hmm.
So much
Could,
fun.
could you give could you give me an invitation?
You always have
Could
an
you give
open
me an
invitation.
invitation?
We would love to have you come and
A,
visit.
a written one.
A written
Because
invitation.
once yes, the written invitation is what we base on this side to go to embassy.
I did not know that.
Yes,
We'll just when we hang up
yes.
on the podcast, we'll communicate and I'll get that thing done for you. That's not a problem at all.
Hmm?
Of course we'll do that. Yeah,
Pardon?
when we type the podcast and we'll speak off the air. I'll make sure to get
Uh,
that done for you.
yes, we shall. I will mail you that. Once you give an invitation for us, we can organize program. We come. We have like that side, say a team of yours, and then we have a round table. We share experiences of
That's right.
how life is this side, how businesses are, how could we add value to this and that. And then we want to set team of you also someday coming. And we have that exchange and we explore the world.
Oh yeah.
That is, that would be very great. Once you invite us, I will send you a note, a written note on your email, and then go through.
And you keep talking
Africa is virgin.
barbecues. We will have a beautiful barbecue for you and your guests. We'll have a really good time.
Hey, the fresh ones. Yeah, the fruits are fresh. You
Yeah.
enjoy everything. The greens, bananas, pineapples, beans, everything is
But,
good. Is
but definitely
available.
some
I
local
know.
dishes. You got to try some of the local stuff, and I think you'll be happy.
Yes, yes, yes. We enjoy. People are loving. People are loving.
That's true.
Yeah, we are not like there are some people who may not be welcoming, but this side we are loving. We are welcoming. So it is you who has delayed yourself to fly to Africa.
Hmm.
Back, I may be like that. I'll you to give an invitation and then we come. We shall be very grateful for that moment. For that moment. Knowledge shared is knowledge improved. So what message would you have now to the youth in Uganda and now in our communities
To the
this
beautiful
evening?
children, just don't be hard on yourself. Regardless of
Yeah,
what happens that day, as long as you do things with good intentions and good faith, live with
good
yourself.
intentions.
Look at yourself in the mirror, look in your eyes, make your bed in the
Mm,
morning. You know what I mean? Try to be healthy,
mm,
make sure your diet's okay, try to get some exercise in there, a couple
mm,
moments to relax the mind and you build
mm,
upon that, my friend, and try to do a ton of
mm,
reading. I think reading's the best education.
mm, Reading is the best education.
That's right. And don't rely on
Yes.
AI. Write your own papers. Don't do this AI chat bots and stuff. No, write your own compositions. Put your own thoughts down. Make it a painting. Make it really unique and beautiful.
Yes, now, Richard, in my teachings to the community children, there are many who have developed, who have written. These materials are very important that I want you to see one day, one time.
Yeah.
They have written. We have a reading ideation program we developed. Reading needs ideation to be improved. Many people don't want to read. Going in library is not possible. The few libraries we have are understocked with materials,
So sorry.
but we would like to mobilize them to read these materials through other programs we create. We developed a MAT program.
Yes.
MAT is memory alert testing program.
Mm.
It's very, very key. After MAT, then we go to the critical thinking challenge. We want to see what you have gained in the MAT. Can you demonstrate it with reasonability, creativity, with ideations on this second phase of the critical thinking? So when you do this, we feel sure you are in the destination of understanding what a library is and how to utilize it, because you are now having a product you are producing, you are developing. Therefore, you will be in a position to consult other knowledge materials in life. You will empower us. You will awaken that sleeping giant in us. Many people are asleep. They need someone to kick their pants to wake up, make them see things. to change mindsets, because there are really communities that are in danger, but it is us to make them better communities to live in. Rebuilding families, rebuilding the family institution, especially in Africa, is one thing. It is one thing. We have so many orphans, children on the streets who haven't experienced any love. They're on their own. They sleep outside, no beddings, no food. Getting food is through their struggling, pickpocketing, fighting, such kind of life. But they are brothers. They need to share with us, but society is disowning them because of their lifestyles. They don't talk, they don't request for something. They know they have to get it in such a hard way. If it means grabbing your bag, they do so. So that compassion, the golden rule ethic, treating others the way you want them to treat you. Of course, it has another version, but we don't normally encourage the other one. If you kick me, I also kick you. But if I show you love, it is that same love I expect you to show me,
Mm-hmm.
the golden rule ethic.
Yeah.
So all that is on our fingertips, and we must make sure that we share it. To fish, we have a newborn generation of golden rule children that we want to see. They are the ones to be leaders. They are the ones to be policymakers. They are the ones to take over businesses faithfully, to be innovators, to be parliamentarians, to be religious men and women. They are the ones to be parents. And when they bring these parents, they will take the responsibility fully to nurture them, to prepare them to take over this nation forward. So it is this golden rule instruction that we strongly feel as one of the cores of this Be Peace Africa podcast that you are on right now.
Oh, yeah.
And the nation is watching you.
And I'm going to say, what's up, my beautiful Uganda nation? Yes.
Yes.
Um, I think, and you brought a lot of things to light, and some things I wasn't aware of, others the world knows. And my heart goes out to the orphans and to those that I can't say were never given a chance, but have it tougher. And the fact that we're bringing this to light and we're talking about it, as I mentioned, it's at least a first step. But
Mm,
I'm very sorry to hear these things. I think that
mm,
children deserve a beautiful childhood so they can feel safe and warm and secure, and they
mm,
can learn to laugh and have happy
mm,
days. And so when I see these things, and I see it here in Costa Rica as well, there are young children that should be in school and they're not. And they're on the streets selling lollipops or just next to their parents that are there. I don't know what to say. It's not my place to intervene with a parent and their child. But then again,
mm,
I'm allowed to have an opinion, thinking that this young individual should be giving
mm,
more opportunities and
mm.
and times in which they can relate to other children, mm,
Yeah.
make bonds and friendships, and develop their skills and their personalities and their turn taking
Mm,
and
mm,
their common courtesies, right? Certain soft
mm,
skills. And the more that these children are, and in not your, but a lot of the kids here, all they do are they're on their phones, they're on the computers, they're not outside playing sports, goofing around,
mm,
having fun with their friends. And that sort of isolation, I believe,
mm,
affects people. I think it, in regards to insecurity and how you see yourself and certain
mm,
social skills, you feel very
mm,
alone, and you think that these online communities and these likes and
mm,
these followers and stuff that can substitute a true best friend or somebody that's next to you. And so, what an interesting thing to look at and to think about. But my good friend, what an interesting topic. And I feel very fortunate to be where I'm at. I know I'm talking Philadelphia and Arizona. How lucky that I had fortunate parents and I had a support group that gave this to me. And so I don't believe that anybody should, it's not a human right to get this stuff. I mean, there are people along the way that assist. And so that's why I do this scholarship. That's why I mentioned people in the past, because Ronald, they're the ones that put wind in my sails, just like you. When I'm watching your videos and seeing these beautiful children sitting around a Dr. Seuss book and all this stuff, you're the guy that's making that happen. You're the one that's doing that. And so, it's funny. You and I were little at one time. We were 5 years old. Now we're adults. We're the ones that are in charge. We're in my case, the bald one with gray hair. And so I'm supposed to be the wise one. I'm supposed to pay forward this experience so I can make sure that people don't fall into the same traps that I did.
Yeah, that is very, very great. Appreciating parents for having sacrificed to see that you are who you are is key, because very many don't appreciate, don't remember. But when you look at the one who is today suffering, those on the streets, you really feel the huge contributions that the parents did at that time. And God spared you for a reason. Maybe you are the answer to make these ones suffering experience God's touch onto them, a word to them, a sharing with them, playing with them, chatting with them, bringing them closer to you. If they are not like hostile, may be the reason why God is still blessing us. May be the reason as to why we are still alive. Like I walk out in communities, you find over 50 children seated, been waiting for you to come. Now you ask them, how many of you have got a pen? Out of 50, Psalm 7 with the short, mine is here.
Yeah.
The rest you don't have, and you've come. And I say, how will you write? Didn't you expect that you may
That's
have a
right.
chance to write?
That's
And they
right.
say, we don't have, mommy doesn't have money, and daddy has no money to buy a pen. How many have got where to write a piece of paper? They don't have. So you come when you knew you were guided by the Holy Spirit that I need to walk with the 100 pens in my bag. You walk with a rim of duplicating papers in the back. You move with 50 pencils, sticks in the back, a marker and a whiteboard. And then you reach out to the community. When they say we don't have pens, what can we do? Some others may say, should we go back at home? Then you calculate the time from here to going back, getting a pen and coming back. You may not have time that day. Then you just say, now let us share. I have pens here, but after I would like to take them back. Is it okay? Yes, yes, yes. You share 100, you give papers, you give assignments, you take them through, give them a chance to express themselves, to practice, to form groups. And at the end of it, you find that coming with those materials has made a difference. They haven't gone back, they have experienced, they have learned, and you've collected what they have done that very day. You take it because you are the vision bearer. You take it to another level that you share later when you meet. Now, last time we met, we did this and that. The good news from this phase, we are going to a second phase. But out of this work, I think if we take this route, we may reach there with such and such a thing during this holiday. Then you show to them, you guide them. When time for school comes, those of you with a chance to going back, when parents have the capability, they go. Others remain in the communities doing simple work for survival. When you organize again, you take them through lessons basing on the time, the available resources, and their willingness to attend to you. Because there are those who may not have an interest in, say, in urban centers. They see things in different perspectives. But those in rural areas, they need to learn. They are yearning. But chances of reaching there are limited. No partners coming to reach out to those rural areas. They want to stop in these towns where it is not far, where at least, I don't know why, but me, my interest is to reach out those far places where many don't go. To dine with them, you share with them, you chat with them, and their parents who also want to learn more, who say, can I learn to write my name? I want to learn, please. I need to write my name. I need to write a story. Can I just say it as you write? You document for me? If you have time, you say yes. Sits there, begins to talk as you write. So it is interesting, this side. Unemployment is high, no jobs. It is for everyone on himself and God for us all. The government can only employ a few. It is now striving to promote science subjects to make sure that students can graduate at people who graduate in thousands but lacking the skills to even create, to even write an article. Somebody has learned mass communication for 3 years, can't write an article of 2 pages, cannot introduce himself, is lacking those skills. You ask, what can you do? He cannot answer. He just says anything that is available, I'm willing to do. Now, if you can't say, I have graduated into this and I want this job, but you just say anything available, I'm willing to do. So you see the kind of challenges we are still having. Much theory work, which is not practical. Yet those countries like in your country that developed knowledge economies, you developed science, observation. Science is an observation. So we need such programs that are scientific now, with observations, with creativity, where you can imagine, you measure practically, and then you see a product. So we need a purposeful innovates. It's what I've always strived to do within these communities. They have written stories, they have written books that are good, that just need a partner, a somebody with the knowledge vitalization to see and really appreciate, if possible, adds value to that. Like there is a community in Gomba. Children wrote, but they are having school fees problems. I think the writings they made, if they are given a chance somewhere for a fundraising, they can yield some money. That money can be used to pay for their basic needs and school fees. The ones that they have written. If a book can go, say, Amazon, say we post it and it reaches Costa Rica, addressed to Richard Blank, receives a package of what these children in Africa, deep in village, have done. You can see, you may have a feel and see and rethink of how to add value to it and share even with others. So we have children who have done that, and we are continuing to promote that. When the right time comes, with the right connections that God may bring, those children will have a smile onto their face. I think I wanted to establish, to construct a community library in Gomba district. I have the land, the plan I did, the first community library in the entire district. There is not any library at all. But I have a land and a plan and the children and some materials they have developed, because we want that library to be launched with the materials written by community children themselves. It is the only way that will enable them to improve their skill to becoming better authors, better knowledge engineers. Now, a library, a community library, say of 50,000 US dollars, 50,000 just US dollars. We can have a community library, the first of its kind. We have space for reading, space for recreation, space for accommodation for those who are homeless, where community members may come. They sit, say in a garden, read, revise, relax, and then they go. Have such kind of dream for these smaller communities where I'm engaged with learners. But all these are thoughts, Richard. We may not have the capacity to make them like to have them real on ground, to believe in God.
That's right.
Yes, so children are there. We are doing our best. We have not lost the energy. We feel we should do more. We shouldn't carry the world, as you said, as our burden. But we do what is possible.
We can do
As
only
the
what we
Lord,
can. Yes.
yeah, what we can.
What we
And
can
life
control.
moves on.
And life does
So
move on.
the pleasure one day traveling to Africa and you are coming to launch a community library.
Oh, amazing. Hanging out in the
They get
garden with
it.
everybody.
They come and you see them. They express themselves to you. You see what they have been doing. You share with them. You show them the techniques here and there.
Ronald,
You
I got a
connect them to
question.
the world.
How large is
Mm.
this piece of land that you have? You said you got the land. How big is it?
It is an acre, 1 acre,
Oh, hey, that's plenty.
100 decimals.
Yeah. Does it
Yes,
have nice views? I mean, what's the property like?
it is very, very good. It's enough.
It's enough. Exactly. That's a good way
Eh,
to put it.
yeah,
Yeah, more
yeah,
than enough.
that is more than enough. That 1 acre can construct flats like a flat.
It's true.
Yes, we can have a house, a facility there. We can have a water pump, a
Yes,
water source there.
that's right.
Such things I'm looking at,
That's a great idea.
because water is a problem.
Is it?
It is hot. It is hot in Uganda. We don't have water. We are struggling.
Oy.
But digging a hole, a well, is possible only when the resources are available. So when a chance comes, we would like to have that. So are you ready for launching a community library?
Well, we definitely are going to talk about it. I'd love to see the pictures of the land and what the plan is, but yeah, we'll definitely continue to talk about it.
Yes, we'll show you the pictures of the land. Pictures of the land. I will show you.
Because I've never
Yeah,
built
those
something
are
in Uganda before, so there's a lot of education that I need on my end, of course.
there's a lot of education
No,
you
in
need.
regards to the permits and the construction, how long it takes, the materials, the architect. where you're going to get the
Oh,
books, all that good stuff. There are the fine details. Yes, it is a good plan, but then you got to start
mm,
making big piles into little piles and start chiseling away at it.
yeah, we shall share. We shall
Yeah,
share with you that how it could be done, what is required, the quantities here and there. But
yeah,
once you believe, having that positive stamina, I think things are possible.
that's right.
Fear is our greatest challenge. So we kick fear out of our vocabulary and we believe things are there because it is us. God gave us the power, the energy, put things in place.
That's right.
To put things in place. So it's great having you on BP's Africa podcast this evening. I know people watching, yeah, those to watch will find a great time, a good time,
I had a
because this
great
is
time
amazing.
today. This was a
Yes,
great interview, Ron. You did wonderful today.
yes, because I've also been, I felt sorry last time when I missed. I thought maybe it was a Monday. I didn't realize the dates well. Only on Monday I came organizing myself only to see that it was a Sunday. I said,
Don't
oh
worry
my,
about it, my man. The best people are
eh,
given second chances, and the really special people are given three chances. Yeah, we're
I'm
going to
great.
make it happen.
Yes, I'm grateful for this.
Me too, my
So it
friend.
is getting dark. It is getting darker here in
Yeah.
Uganda. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Is it morning that side?
We're looking at 10:14 in the morning. I just had my breakfast, got a nice big thing of coffee next to me, so I'm about to enjoy my day, which is nice.
Oh, it is getting darker this side.
Well, I don't want it to be
It
too
is
dark for you,
getting.
my friend. I'll let you wrap it up, give you some final thoughts on your amazing podcast, and I'll let you go have a good dinner.
Yes. I think mental health issues. Would you have an insight into mental health issues? There's so many mental breakups this side.
That's an individual forced march that people have to take. For me personally, when it comes to health, if your body feels
Yeah.
good, there's a chance your mind's going to feel good. I can't make your financial problems go away if you're having a bad marriage. But I mentioned before, if you can
Mm,
sleep, if you can find ways to do exercise, have a half decent
mm,
diet, figure out how to stretch
mm,
and relax your
mm,
mind, at least that's half the battle. At least
mm,
you'll recharge some batteries, Ronald, in order to be able to confront some of these challenges that you have. But I'm going to
mm,
say this as an older guy, just don't be hard on yourself. If you put that additional
mm,
weight, it's only going to make it more difficult. Just
mm,
just try to take off as much weight, mental weight as
mm,
possible. And also,
mm,
like with what
mm,
happened, we made a mistake with the date Sunday, no big deal. But nothing should ever be a real deal breaker where I'm so angry at you,
mm,
Ronald, and I'll never forgive you in one time and that's it. Don't ever do things like
mm,
that because sometimes people can run out of gas in the rain. Sometimes things
mm,
happen with the internet in Uganda and in Costa Rica. I mean, you're
mm,
9 hours ahead of me. I mean, it's
mm,
something that we had to coordinate. And so
mm,
please give the people in your lives, the real special people, extra chances
mm,
just to make sure that
mm,
things can work out. And maybe that will reduce some of the mental stress that people are having.
mm. Yeah, that is very great. It is us to share the message, to make our friends also feel
Yeah,
good. Yeah, mental strength. You said mental weight.
it's
It's a
not
good
easy.
terminology.
It's discipline.
Yeah.
You can't just be fleeting. It can't be one moment of motivation. You need to make it a
Mm,
lifestyle. But don't be fake
mm,
because I hate the fake smiles and you pretend. You know
mm,
you. You know
yeah.
you. So as long as things are
Mm,
raw and things are
mm,
authentic and sincere, like our conversation today, those are the
mm,
things that will last the test of time. When you put
mm,
you know what it also is, Ronald? It's making yourself vulnerable. It's putting yourself out there. Not to be
mm,
critiqued, but like you and I putting this
mm,
podcast out there, some people like it, some people might not. But at least we are out
mm,
there. And that's leaving your castle.
yeah.
It's slaying a dragon
Mm,
and becoming eventually a
mm,
prince.
mm, mm, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Richard,
Ronald, my man,
uh,
thank you.
for this wonderful moment. All that we've shared has landed on a fertile soil.
And you take
And
very good care of yourself, my man. And we'll definitely talk more about the library and the trips. But see, look what your audience saw. Look at this nice friendship that has been built. Two men from different
mm,
areas of the world. I'm very fortunate we have this technology. But look what just happened
mm,
today. Magic happened.
mm, it is good. I thank those experts who innovated this technology.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Eh, yes, because we are now connecting far, far away from one another,
Yes.
but speaking to one another, sharing, creating friendship, extending our horizons. It's
That's
felt
right.
it is great.
Yes.
We thank the Lord for that,
Hmm.
who has made it possible, and we pray that this occurs many, many, many more times. It becomes a daily routine to communicate,
That's right.
to share ideas, till when these ideas grow into something constructive for our communities and for our nations. Because even in nations, strive to be friends with other nations. So we, God's people, the same. We become friends. We share as we make the kingdom grow, leaving it a better place for other new generations to live. So I'm so grateful, Richard. I'm so very grateful. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
this wonderful time.
Yeah,
Deep
buddy.
Peace Africa podcast sends much love to Costa Rica.
Much love
May
as
you
well.
visit, may all people in Costa Rica subscribe to our Deep Peace Africa podcast, and they see what is happening in Africa this side. We shall
Hmm.
be the best.
That's
Thank you so
right.
much.
Take care, my good
I'm
friend.
Ronald. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye bye.
My name is Richard Blank. I'm the proud CEO of Costa Rica's call center. We're a bilingual, dedicated nearshore call center located here in San Jose, Costa Rica, Central America.